that's why like people in LA, they party so much, because that's the only time you're gonna be able to hang out with your people, is when you go out to a party. Hello, beautiful stars. Welcome back. And today is actually a fun video. I actually wanted to talk about the reasons why I moved out of LA, baby. A little background, I'm born and raised LA native, you feel me? I'm actually third generation LA native. Like my great grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, actually fourth generation. Wow. We're all from LA. LA. You know, people always say, what part of LA? Like LA, Los Angeles, West LA, Fairfax, and La Cienega area. All that to say is, I feel like I have a lot of history with LA. I feel like I have a lot of information to share with people about the reasons why I moved out of LA, because if you guys are out there and you guys are considering the move, in a video of like the pros and cons of living in LA as well. If you guys want to hear more about that, so let me know in the comments. So yes, let's go ahead and get started on the reasons why I moved out of LA. Number one, I put that there's a lot of ups and downs. I'm pretty sure every musician knows this, or any artist that moves to LA, they know this. I'm pretty sure this with anything. There's always going to be ups and there's going to be down. But with LA, the extremes, like you'll be extremely happy, you'll love going to the beach, you'll love all the fun activities, but the downs and the lows can be very triggering and can feel like very debilitating, because the lows can include, you know, people dying around you due to violence, due to them just living a faster lifestyle. You also have to remember, like, in LA, everything's faster. Everything's fast, like boom, boom, boom. You know, your life's faster. Everything's very quick in LA. Like, you know, you feel like you never get to savor the moment. Like things just come and go so fast that often you get bombarded with all these emotions. Like you never really get to like sit down and be with your own emotions and be with your own self. Like it's really hard to get that moment, because there's always things that are happening like consistently, like fun and bad. Again, like you'll have all the best parties, you'll have the best of the best, but then there's those lows of, you know, fake friends, fake relationships. You know, that's a real thing in LA. Fake friends, fake relationships, fake family. You know what I'm saying? It gets deep, y'all. And since marijuana is legal, people drink a lot. I would say personally, you know, there's no statistic with this, I didn't look it up, that I would say LA has probably a high depression rate. Like if it wasn't for the beach, I would say definitely LA is getting up there. Survival of the fittest. Like only the people are gonna survive that really know how to withstand. LA natives are actually moving out of LA because they just look at our city as totally different, you know, and I can second, third, fourth that. LA is nothing like how it used to be. Most of them are all moving, and if they haven't moved, it's because they own their home and they're kind of like in that situation. But people that don't own homes that are from LA are definitely moving, because who wants to spend their whole life renting? I'm sorry, I'm getting into a whole nother bullet point. So that's another thing, cost of living, you guys. I'm sure you guys have probably heard this a million times, but cost of living in California and LA is extremely high. And actually, I won't say California. Well, yes and no, California. Like, California has very, all the popular neighborhoods in California, including like Bay Area, like San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, Fresno is going to be a little expensive. LA for sure is expensive. San Bernardino is expensive. Long Beach is kind of expensive. South Bay is expensive. Orange County is definitely expensive. They have a lot of nice houses in Orange County, Huntington Beach, Orange County, Newport, all that, but it's very expensive. Like, but you'll get something worth your money in Orange County, but it's expensive. What other city? San Diego. San Diego is a little cheaper than LA. People don't know that. But I will talk more about the hidden gem of California, because most people would be asleep on San Diego. Okay, San Diego is the place to be. Yeah, so like all the major cities you can think of are expensive. So how LA works is, even now the IE, which is like Fontana, Pomona, that whole area, even that area is getting really expensive, and that's like 2 hours away from LA. Like, crazy. So if you live in the city, like near those cities that I just mentioned, it's going to be expensive because people pay for convenience and people pay for the fact that you can normally walk down your apartment and go bar hopping or maybe even go to the beach. So there's so many different things that you can do. So that's why people pay a lot of money to live in the city. And I'm not talking about just LA again. I mean like all those cities I mentioned, because California is huge. And all those main cities are going to be expensive. So you can count on $3,000, $4,000 a month for rent. The lowest that you'll find in those areas maybe $2,500, maybe $3,000, but that's what you're looking at in those select areas. Now, if you live on the outskirts of those cities, so the outskirts meaning an hour to 30 minutes away from those cities, you can find something for more of a reasonable price. But again, it's all going to vary based off what city and how far you are from that city. And the price may vary from about $1,000, or you can even find a one bedroom, again, far. I'm talking Lancaster, you know, far, like maybe even towards the Bay, which is like Fresno. You know, you might be able to find a one bedroom. Bakersfield, you guys might be able to find a one bedroom in those areas for under $1,000, so like $850, $900, and that price may go all the way up from you know, under $1,000 to about $2,000. So maybe even more than $2,000, like $2,500. So those are the price ranges. Again, it really just spikes. Like there's so many spikes with the pricing market. This is for renting, by the way. Paying $1,000, do not think y'all getting anything fancy, okay? You guys are getting bare minimum. And the apartment might be 400 square feet big. And the reason why I know a lot about property, you guys, I used to be involved in real estate. I never got my license because I knew eventually I would probably move from California. I actually am considering getting my real estate license in the city that I am now currently reside in. If you guys want to hear more details about where I'm at, let me know. If you're interested in property and interested in buying your own property, or at least saving to buy your own property, California is going to make it really hard to do that because, again, there's so many parties, there's so many events. If you're from LA or you meet people from LA, they're going to be having house parties and baby showers and weddings. Girl, ain't none of that cheap, ain't none of that free. That's gas money, expensive gas money at that, because California probably has the most expensive gas prices I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking like $4. Like there'll be certain gas stations in Cali where they never change the price. I mean, never. So it'll be, because you know how the gas prices fluctuate, you know, summer, winter, all that stuff. So like this gas station will be like $4.30 and it'll never go down. It'll stay $4. Actually, it might go up. But certain places, like they don't change their gas prices. So gas is another thing, you guys. Like if y'all driving far, you guys like to drive, gas is gonna be a pretty penny. And I know that kind of ties into the cost of living. So yeah, so a good thing I will say about living in California though is that you guys probably have cheaper electricity bills than most states, because you guys don't, most houses in California, FYI y'all, don't have AC, okay? We don't believe in AC. We don't know AC. What is AC, okay? The only time you'll see AC is if you go into an establishment, like a mall, a bank, a plaza or whatever. Like those places will have AC. But when it comes to your home, we don't believe in AC because pretty much the weather is like always good. And if you guys open up your window, y'all will get that California cool breeze, except for in the summer. In the summer is just, y'all gotta suffer. And even the homes, because I see now they've been trying to get more money out of people, so they're including these little AC machines, but it does not work. Okay, in the summer you'll literally be so hot and the AC will be doing nothing but blowing hot air. They call it a unit or something, and those things do not work. They don't. Yes, California is very, very, very manipulative. Number one, the state will manipulate you into paying all of this money for rent and utilities just for the lifestyle. Y'all realize, like, if you're moving to LA, to Cali, it's for the lifestyle. It's not for, you know, most people don't move down there for the beaches and the weather, because there's other places y'all can get that. People move out there to be successful, be artists, and the lifestyle. And illusion kind of falls in with selling dreams. You know, LA will sell you a lot of dreams. And I'm being honest with y'all because this is how LA, California, they survive. This is why California is literally one of the top, you know, they make so much money off of their residents in California. Residents so much out of everything. Out of paying more for gas, paying more for school, paying more for transportation. You know, your taxes are more expensive. My car was like, I think my car had an extra $5,000 or $6,000 worth of taxes added onto my car, and I'm like, wow, I should have just waited to buy my car. But anyways, I needed it. Whatever, who cares? But LA would just finesse you like consistently, and then when you want to do something on your leisure time, all of that stuff costs money, especially if you're a male. Okay, ain't nothing gonna be free in LA for y'all. At least for the females, you know, we can get into clubs for free. Yes, that's true. You can get into bars for free most of the time. That's, yeah, bars are never, they normally don't cost. But females, we definitely have more of a, like, more advantages. Like, we can do a lot more stuff. But for guys, y'all gotta get everything. Y'all gotta buy everything, okay? And then when y'all go out, women look to y'all for the sections, the bottles, everything. So it's definitely expensive for the males, for sure, for sure. So that's another thing. I'm gonna fall into the fact of California sells all these dreams to these inspiring artists, like, oh, if you come to Cali, you can make it, you can become this grand artist, blah blah blah. But what they don't tell you is that to become a successful artist, to become a successful actress, whatever entertainment, you know, lane there is, you all got to put in the dedication and the hard work just like anybody else, okay? You ain't gonna come to California and see your dreams just completely prosper and blossom without putting in the work. So it's all about who you know in Cali. That's facts. So that's another thing as well with Soul Dreams. It's not about what y'all can do. It's about who you know. So if you really want to make it somewhere in the entertainment industry and any industry for that matter, meet some people. You got to network. Again, more money you got to spend. You guys got to network. You guys got to go out to parties. You guys got to advertise yourself. Y'all got to have social media on point. It's a full-time gig. And these are things that they don't tell you when you move to California. They just say, oh, you know, you can make it, or you see on people on TV. And then you don't even realize those people have been working so hard for that dream. They have been working so hard. They have been doing this for 10 plus years and haven't seen no results. And now they're finally reaping the benefits. So people often see people in California, like they see the results of the hard work that they've done, and they expect that to come to them. And really they don't realize, like, y'all gotta put in the work. Put in the work. And nowadays, you don't need to move to California to pursue your dreams. Nowadays, there's so much social media. There's so many platforms that you can use to spread the word of what you have to offer and what you guys are trying to do. You don't really need to move to California to do that, to be honest with you. I'm just being right. Just know what you're getting into before you get into it. That's all I'm saying. Next, no time to spend with family and friends. You guys, people don't realize this. Again, I'm putting all these things, I'm putting all the like little things that people don't know. You know, like people just say the general things like, oh, it's expensive. Like people don't get to the nitty gritty. You don't really have a lot of time to spend with your family and your friends. Again, I'm from LA. I have a lot of family. I used to have a lot of friends, not anymore. It's keeping the circle small. Hey. But I have a lot of family in LA still. And one thing I noticed was you're always working unless you have money, because if you got money, LA is the place to be. Okay, if you're rich, wealthy, handsome, okay, you got it, move to LA. You'll have, it's the rich man's paradise, they always say, or devil's playground. Or if you're regular folk, then this applies to you. All this to say is when you have family, you have friends, it's gonna be really hard to see them because you're always working. When I lived in LA, I had 2-3 jobs. I never stopped working. I always knew, you know, if I wasn't working, I was getting ready for work. So working in LA is like a full-time basis. Like not even full-time, like 40 plus. You're talking about 60, 70 hours where you gotta grind. Like when I would get off work, I would head to my other job, book an appointment to do hair, or before work I would do hair. It was just like consistently I was always working, always. And I realized unless I was braiding one of my friends' hair, I never had time to spend with them. Like we literally probably hung out once a month, and my family the same thing. I would probably see them once a month. So, and not even all my family, just like some of my family. So that's why like people in LA, they party so much, because that's the only time you're gonna be able to hang out with your people, is when you go out to a party. Because then when you're at a party, everyone's there. It's gonna be really hard to see your family, your friends consistently, because again, you gotta grind, you gotta make money. Is LA has a lot of drama, a lot of drama, and people in LA are very indirect with their drama. Like they won't, like a lot of, like that's why they say LA is a fake city, or you be like, oh, you're fake. Like people literally, like that's a thing in LA. People say, oh, you're fake, oh, you're fake, you're fake, you're fake, because there's just a lot of drama. Like I'm just gonna put it like that. Like middle school, high school, college, my whole life I've just experienced so much drama, and I'm just like, is it me? Because I'm not I'm dramatic, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to my relationships, I don't like to bring drama in my relationships, because I just feel like, you know, we're supposed to be building something, a friendship, a relationship, or whatever, and I don't want to bring drama into the mix, because then it's just like we're not gonna get anywhere. We're gonna like literally be talking in circles. So I don't like to bring drama into my life, but yet drama always seemed to follow me. And I mean, I would just be like minding my business, bro, and drama just would, you know, if it's not your drama, it's someone else's drama. If that, I mean, like, if you like drama, move to LA, because you will be on the phone all the time with your friends, your family, talking about who did this, who did that, because it's some juicy drama. Like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be drama you ain't never heard in your whole life, but it's drama. And I think at this point, we're age of Aquarius. It's all about elevating yourself. You know, all that old past negativity, drama. I feel like we just need to leave that in 2020, because we're about to go into a new year, and we're about to go into a new age, new decade, yo. So it's really time to prioritize what we want in life. And if you prioritize drama, and that's what you want in life, and that's what you want out of life, then move to LA, because you'll get plenty of drama. And then the men be the main reason that all this drama be happening. Men in LA are so players. I would never date another man in LA ever again. I've done it long enough, seen it, been there, done it, don't need it. Okay, men in LA are trash. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I just know that when it comes to dating, okay, hookup culture in LA is real. So if you want to hook up, you know, casual date, do you. It's not for me. So are in LA. They want no strings attached. They barely even want to take you out to dinner. The video about men in 2020, because boo, y'all gotta get together. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gotta get. These men are jokes. LA men are a lot to deal with. You're gonna have to fight off a lot of other women. You're gonna have to fight him to be committed to you. And I think this with any city, because I've noticed in every city I moved to, like big cities, that most men are like this. So I'm guessing it's just like a big city thing, because they have a lot of different options, so they think, but deep down it's not always about looks. It's about what you can bring to the relationships. A lot of times men think they can replace you, but boo, there ain't nothing like me.
You'll never find another boss.
The legalization of homeless, y'all. LA has always had a big problem with homeless, like really bad. It's sad to say that it's kind of been something that I feel like people get used to, but it's not something we should get used to. But as of recently, as of this year, I don't know when, I don't know who approved this law, but they legalize homeless to sleep anywhere they want. They no longer can kick a homeless person out of where they're sleeping. Before, they were building like on bus stops. You know how a bus stop would just be like normal? They would put like little separators in between the bus stops to prevent homeless people from sleeping there. So they were actively trying to stop the homeless from taking over, basically. But now since they legalized it, oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, every city, every park that I went to that I normally used to go running at or used to chill at, like Echo Park, PB, Pacific Beach, bro, the beach is filled with homeless people and homeless tents. Sad. That was really sad for two reasons. Number one, it's so sad that people can't afford to sleep somewhere. Like, it's so sad that our city can't see people like that are struggling to the point where they literally have nowhere to sleep and eat. You know, that is just so sad in itself. But also to see your city like just totally depreciate in value. I mean, you start to feel like, wow, like my city's not what it used to be. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Most natives know what I'm talking about. Most people probably even know what I'm talking about, even if you're not from LA, because LA is just not what it used to be. And it just seems like the people who are in charge of keeping LA and California, you know, where it's at to improve it, are not doing a good job. All the companies are moving to Texas. All the companies are moving to AZ. All the companies are moving to Nevada, Colorado, Oregon. Everybody's leaving. Another one, y'all. Having to compromise morals for survival. Ooh, girls. Yes, this is definitely something to keep in mind, you guys. If y'all have morals, I'm a tad bit old school. I want to get married. I want to have a family. I want to have kids. Okay, I'm like that. Yes, that's me still. I don't care. But a lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people in LA do not have morals. A lot of people in LA do not have self-respect. I don't want to blame this on any industry in particular, but I was really glad that I grew up how I grew up, because I was able to see the value in having morals. Like, having morals isn't just you want to be lame, or you don't want to be that kind of a party pooper. Like, don't ever let somebody play you out of your morals. Like, you feel me? Like, have morals, have respect for yourself. If you don't, oh, this city will take advantage of you. 100th degree. They will use and abuse you until you're literally on the streets. So having to compromise your morals for survival, you heard me talk about how expensive it is in LA to live. So with all those expenses, your morals, your self-respect is highly going to be tested. Okay, you're going to be influenced to sell your body. You're going to be influenced to sell drugs, do drugs, participate in all kind of activities that you may have not otherwise wanted to. I'll give you an example. Me, like, when I would be intimate with a guy, I would like catch him trying to pull out his camera. What are you doing? You are not about to have me on with your weak. Just things like that, y'all. Like I'm glad I grew up in LA, because it has made me such a tough person, and it has made me so driven, like to the point where, you know, I could be going through something one day, but that motivation just kicks in, because I know no matter what, I have been through more. Your morals will be tested. Survival's real. And you have to realize LA is a dirty game. People will step on your toes. People will use you. People will make they're your friend just so they could ride your wave. It's a dangerous game out there. I'm gonna just say that. No relationship is safe in LA. If you want to keep your marriage, think twice about moving to LA. LA has one of the highest divorce rates. And moving on. Don't compromise your morals for survival. Period. Everything, I don't know if you guys know about, I don't know if y'all spiritual or whatever like that, but the world, the map has chakras, and California is the root chakra. It's the red chakra. The root chakra stems from survival, stems from basic needs, home, security, safety, actions. So just know that if you're moving to California, you will feel, you know, and I felt this and I couldn't explain it, but you will be in your lowest vibration. You will be in your root chakra vibration. So if you're spiritual and you know anything about that or care, then that is also something to keep in mind, that you have to consistently keep your root chakra on point. And yeah, my last point is every day is unknown. You know, you never know if you're going to experience an earthquake. You never know if you're going to experience a shootout. You never know if you're going to experience a great day. You never know if you're going to experience your neighbors fighting. You never know what you're going to experience. So every day is truly an adventure. That's the facts. Every day is unknown, for good or for bad. And every day is just going to bring you a new perspective. If you are smart and if you have to move to LA or whatever the reason that you're considering move to LA, just know that you have to question everything and then question it again. And if it resonates with your higher self, with your spirit, then you know it's right. But if it doesn't, then you know what's up. There's so much spirituality involved. You have to be magical to see the magic, and have to see past the illusion. Okay? This is the reason why I left LA. So it might seem a little negative, but my next videos are going to be all the pros for living in LA, because I know people are still going to move there. And I'm going to tell them all about the beautiful things about living in LA, because again, like I said in the very beginning, there's ups and there's always going to be downs. So I'm kind of explaining the downs, but there's obviously ups as well. So stay tuned, stars.